Alright, let's go ahead. Now, it's been a while since I've played, so I don't really remember what's going on, but first we'll take a look at contracts, see if we have any here. I believe we cleaned out the system of all the contracts I wanted to do. Yeah, I did. So, the next thing was just where we were going to go. You already look like a proper 19th century official. I'm not sure if that was what I was going with, but I'll take it. Alright, so we were just looking for flashpoints, if I remember correctly. We have one right here. It's a 3-skull one, which is, I think, within the realm of possibility for us. The 4-skull one, probably not. The sound still... Okay, that's actually not too bad. You guys will have to let me know if you can hear the voice acting, but I think it's okay. 3-skull one there as well. Okay, so this is for the Free Worlds League. This one was, I think, for House Steiner, right? Yeah, I don't think we're really necessarily doing all that well with either of those two. And I really don't want an alliance with those two because I've already gotten alliances with them. And I'm trying to knock out some of the factions I haven't done alliances with. So that would be nice. And then we have one all the way down here. It's for the Draconis Combine. We don't know who it's against. And this is like kind of a standard thing. Now, it does have a tonnage requirement of heavy. I don't have any heavy mechs. I'd like to get some. It's only 2 skulls, which in theory we could do. But at the very least, I think we come down and we do this mission. 3-skull missions are kind of what we're looking for because it gives us more of a possibility of getting heavy mechs. And sometimes they pay pretty well. It's only 29 days to get there, but before we do that, let's see if we have anything we want to do with our mechs. I don't think I have any repairs, but I may have some upgrades, in particular with one of our fire starters. So I named one of them, yeah, this is our primary, even though it's not really got a whole lot in it, but I have a feeling that I've gotten some upgraded weapons that we can slot in here, so let's go ahead and give it a refit. Probably ones I've been sitting on for quite some time now. Switch over to support weapons. Well, we have a flamer that does extra damage, so that'd probably go on our fire dragon. And we have a small laser that does extra crits, but no actual extra damage, which is unfortunate. But hey, that's better than a default small laser, I guess. Just out of curiosity, I just want to check before I really do anything else. I haven't put any good systems in this guy. This guy's pretty much set up the exact same way. It just doesn't have a cockpit mod, which is why this one I've given a different name. It's possible I just had my headphones messed around a little too quiet. Because I was playing a different game last time, and it's possible I just balanced it in wrong. Alright, let me go ahead and do the refit then. It's just going to be a minor one, but I guess we might as well get that extra crit damage. Better to have it than not. Especially if we get a lot of rear attacks. I'll go ahead and just put it in the central torso here. Because that works for me. I like to have it nice and clean looking. Okay. It's unfortunate I don't have any extra damage. That's I would have thought I would have had that by now. Alright.
Right. I'll get it.
Oh, we already discussed it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the dragon, because we already have one extra damage flamer in here. Might as well get the other one, right? It doesn't give us a lot of damage, and frankly, these flamers are not the most effective weapons. But hey, it's all about the fun, right? Go ahead and swap that flamer out. And this is for sure probably going to be the only mech that we ever put flamers on. I don't feel like we need to really sort that, because now it looks kind of similar to the torso section as well. Alright, so a little bit of extra damage. I don't think there's really anything else to do here. Yeah, that's fine. These are going to be very quick, short changes. I'm curious, is there any other component that I'm like sitting on that we really would want to use? Well, we do, if I remember correctly. Let's just look at things by category. If I remember correctly, we just picked up a really good UAC-2. We also have a UAC-5. Now, because this one has plus 10 damage, there isn't a lot of difference between these two in damage, but there should be a decent amount of difference in weight, and although they both have decreased weight. So this one's 5 tons, this one's 7 tons. So is that extra 10 damage and extra 10 stability? Now, the 10 stability is much more of a big deal, but it is double heat. And the ammo is more than likely going to have less shots, so that is another consideration. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. Okay, is there anything else here? I don't know what mech I'd put it into. I'd have to look. Okay, so there's that. We have energy weapons. We've got a plus 10 damage large laser. I don't know if I'm using any large lasers at the moment, but that could be possibly a good idea. We do have a medium laser with plus 10 damage. That should definitely be used. Then we have a medium pulse laser, but I've just been sitting on because I haven't had an appropriate mech for it yet. And the snub PPC. Okay, well, we know at least one medium laser is worth putting in there. See if there's any extra damage missile systems. We do have another M20 with extra damage. SRM2 with plus 4 damage is not really all that exciting. Plus 2 damage on an SRM4. Alright, so a lot of it depends on what weapons we're using, on whether or not we're going to even do any of that. And we already looked at our support weapons. So, let's take a real quick look, because I'm going to guarantee you I don't really remember a lot of stuff. So, the Enforcer, this is kind of a backup mech, not something we regularly use, so not really a reason to upgrade it. And it already has some pretty good weapon systems on it. That if we ever do get rid of it, we'll probably strip out. The Vindicator has our other stub-nose PPC, but again, this is a backup mech, not really one of our primaries. The Wolverine, this is something that we use potentially if we want another support mech. It already has that plus 1 damage LRM20, so there's really no reason to change that. But we'll see. The Shadowhawk does use SRM4s, and it is a default SRM4, so we see right here where we could upgrade some damage. Then as far as the medium lasers go, we've got plus 10 damage and plus 10 damage. And those are the only energy weapons. No, we should have a third energy weapon slot. Is that plus 10 damage as well? It is. So this is all maxed out for that, but we do have that SRM. So we'll go ahead and refit. And upgrade that missile. Am I running all this on just one SRM ammo? I mean, I guess we haven't been running out, so it's been working. Alright. So we'll just go ahead and grab that, pull it out. Yeah, it's only plus 2 damage, but hey, every little bit of damage will help. We're now up to 233, which I think is the highest damage output of any of our mechs. So yeah, that should be fine. I feel like the things have gotten jumbled around a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, that'll do. So again, very quick little change there.
Logged and noted.
Nothing to really do with the Jenner or the Phoenix Hawk, although the Phoenix Hawk does have a plus 5 damage medium laser in it. We don't regularly use this mech, and I probably have only not stripped that out because I don't really know what the reason is. This could potentially be a replacement for the Firestarter if we get to that. Because potentially it could do a hell of a lot more damage. It's just how heat efficient is it when it does that kind of damage. Because right now its damage output is 120, which is probably on par with the Firestarter, which is also a 120. But this also gets a bonus to damage, 20% bonus, whenever it jumps. So, and if we did replace one of these medium lasers, it would definitely increase the damage output. This Griffin is also not one of our primary mechs, so I see no reason why to upgrade it. You know, the Dragon may have wanted to use that extra damage medium laser. Let's go ahead and stop that work, because we already know the change we made. But we have a plus 5 damage medium laser, and then this is already a plus 10. So we could change that, get another 5 damage into this thing on top of the Flamer. That's probably a good idea.
402. Expected approach time 22.
Maybe the Flamer already got pulled. So I'm going to have to take a look at that. But Trebuchet also uses lasers, but that's not its primary weapon. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and fit that into the Dragon. Because we already have some changes we need to do. Yeah, the Flamer didn't get put in there. So let's rip out the laser and go to energy weapons. Let's first put in the extra damage, plus 10 damage. Okay. And then for the Flamer, that plus 5 damage. Okay, so in theory, we've increased the damage by 10, that's right. Which is, again, it's not a huge amount, but every bit a little bit helps. And we now push this thing over 200 damage, which is what I like to see. All right, let's go ahead and confirm that.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay, so we do have a plus 5 damage medium laser. Do we put it in the Phoenix Hawk where we already have one? get a little bit more damage into this thing, so it'd be up to 125. Then you have another 20%. I mean, there's a possibility we use this Phoenix Hawk in the future, as it has the same kind of speed that the Firestarter has. It's a heavier mech, so it's going to have more armor. And in theory, it would do more damage as well. So I kind of like this possibility. So let me go ahead and refit this guy. I'm not going to do it until we start regularly facing heavier mechs, so we know we'll have a initiative advantage. Switch over to laser. We'll go ahead and strip this one out. Put that one in. Go in. There we go. Alright, that'll do. It also already has a cockpit mod in it, so it's more or less ready to go. Although I might want to swap that out at some point. We'll let it go for now. Okay. If we get upgrade small lasers, it doesn't take as many, so...
Know when that's done.
The real advantage of a Firestarter is they're all support weapons, so they don't care about evasion. Support weapons don't. So you get pretty good accuracy regardless of what your enemy's doing. But, you know, that extra 20% when this thing jumps, we do regularly attack with the Firestarter when we're jumping. Probably do the same with the Phoenix Hawk. So we'll probably hold on to the Phoenix Hawk for quite some time, as it's an easy upgrade path with the Firestarter. Okay, I think that's enough messing around. These should all take very little time to finish. I don't really see anything else we can upgrade. We've already looked at the store. We don't have a lot of money right now. So I think we just move on. So let's do what we were planning to do. Just jump on over to this location. It's going to cost us $150,000 to do so. We get over here. What is the conditions on this planet before we jump over here? So it has... Oh, it's normally a very low difficulty planet. We'll probably go through those contracts just to get a little bit more money as we do kind of need it. But let's see. There's a black market we already know about. Chemicals. Small population, Terran world. The biome is... Here where you see where the biome is. It should be listed somewhere. Maybe I hover over it. Yeah, it's Terran. Okay. Probably already told me that there, but... Alright. So we will do this. Let's read it real quick. Solaris Gladiator has murdered my nephew. With your help, I will see his killer brought to justice, Commander. Make him suffer, and I'll make you rich. Alright, I hope you do make me rich. Let's travel. Now, it's only going to take us 29 days to get there, so the time limit will not run out. Let's see what else we've got. It's a medium engagement. There will be the consecutive deployments. We do have a bonus reward of a rare mech. That's probably very useful to us. Oh, is this the one with the hatchetmen? I don't think so, though, because you don't get the hatchetmen in that mission. I think we already did that mission, too. So I don't know what we're going to get here. We do have a light tonnage requirement. We should be okay with that. And then mech tonnage maximum. Okay, well, let's travel. Now is the time to do a lot of these missions while we have the lighter mechs. We have gotten rid of a number of our lighter mechs, though, so we'll have to see how that goes. All right, well, all work orders complete, Commander. The crew is ready for the next job. All right, well, we don't have a job for you. We are working on that. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and continue. We're going to hit a financial report. Money will be probably really, really tight, especially if we build anything with our engineering department. Granted, we are getting to the point where we have most of the upgrades. There's probably only a few left. And some of them are not really all that meaningful, I don't think. I don't know if we ever did the Gamma Pod. Gamma Pod unlocks a bunch of stuff. But I don't know if we have it unlocked or not. Oh, not a latrine. Drake stomps into your quarters, dragging Truck behind him. Truck mistook my bunk for a latrine again. Ew. Drake wrinkles his nose. Third time this month. She stumbles forward. I can explain, she slurs. Her breath stinks like gasoline fumes and paint thinner, making your eyes water. Oh, that's right. Truck is a drunk. I forgot about that. It's not even noon. Drake narrows his eyes at her. There's having a good time, and then there's this. She'd get us killed if she deployed in this state, Commander. All right, so we can order the mech warriors to work this out like adults. We can take Truck aside for a one-on-one. That's probably the thing that makes sense. As she does definitely have a problem. Or publicly dress down Truck. Well, that doesn't seem like the best way to take care of it, so we're pretty much shaming her, publicly ridiculing her in front of everybody. That makes an example, but I don't know if that's going to help her with her problems or just make her worse. So let's try and help her with a one-on-one. She's not dependable. I don't know if that took away her drunkenness, though. You dismiss Drake and push a chair toward Truck. Under ordinary circumstances, I'd let Darius handle this, but this is becoming a habit for you. What's going on? Truck crumples into the sea. Last month, I got word that a good friend was killed in a border dispute. Sorry, Truck. Rest a hand on her shoulder. There's no way to make this easier, but turning to the bottle isn't going to fix anything. I'll throw away the hooch, Commander. Every drop, but it's not going to be easy. A bead of sweat drips down her forehead. I'll make things right with Drake, too. I'll take his chore shifts for the next 2 weeks. Okay, well, Drake is in high spirits for 14 days, which is meaningless because we won't get to our system before then, so that is what it is. But she did gain dependable, which is nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at her character and see if she got rid of her drunkenness. Sounds like she did, but it didn't explicitly say so.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, she's still drunk. Yeah. She's gained dependable. So she's a dependable drunk. Yeah, so Crackshot and Drake have high spirits, but it will both run out before we get anywhere, so... Okay, well, let's go ahead and continue. I guess that could have gone worse. You definitely don't want to lose morale, because morale is worth a lot, especially if you think about it from a monetary standpoint. The amount of money that I spend to get morale during my monthly expenses, and we're getting close to having it filled up. I don't know exactly what we're at right now, but it's somewhere in the 40s, which I think it caps out at 50 if I remember correctly. And we may only be in the low 40s, I don't really remember, but...
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Okay, we're 45, so we only have 5 more to go. Okay. Isn't this where I normally would pick what level I want to be at? Not letting me pick. Okay. Well, in any case, yeah, we're not having a lot of money after this. Oh, now it's letting me pick. Okay. Well, this is kind of for the future. We don't have this bill until later. But we don't necessarily have this money for next time round. We're definitely going to have to work to get that money. Hey, Ghost Blast. Did morale by spending money to crew places. Okay. Alright, well, in any case, let's, yeah. We'll go with it. We're at 46. We're really getting close. We don't have a lot of money in the bank. We do have 1 day until the Mech Bay 3 gets finished. Wait. I thought we had the 3rd Mech Bay. We already have the 3rd Mech Bay? I could be mistaken. Thought we already had that by now. Maybe I kept putting it off because we didn't have a lot of money. Mechs you don't use, put them in storage. Yeah, but I'm not using my mechs. In theory, I'm not using some of these, but these mechs are backups for our flashpoints. We're predominantly looking at flashpoints. We have a consecutive deployment up. We possibly need all these mechs, especially when we have a tonnage that we have to stay under. Like, for example, if the tonnage we have to stay under is 55 tons, well, that knocks out this mech, this mech, this mech, this mech, and that puts us on kind of a skeleton crew. Yeah, but to not pay the cost, I have to put it down into storage. Which makes me... It takes time to get them back in. I mean, I see your point, but at the same time... Like... Am I supposed to put them in storage like half... I don't understand what your advice. It's 5 days to get them back. Oh, I see what you're saying. But, I don't know. I'll think about it. It's not bad advice by any means, but, I don't know. I don't want to have to redo my loadouts all the time. Is the other reason. It's just a little bit too much gamesmanship for me for stuff. And I know money is tight, but the main reason money is tight is because I am buying things every time I go to a store. If I stopped doing that, my money wouldn't be so tight. I just think it takes too much time for me to do that, especially in a stream scenario. I don't want to have this every time I get to a financial report, spend 2 hours setting up all my mechs again. So I'm just saying that's my rationale behind it. You're not the first person to say stuff like that to me, but at least you're the first person in stream. But I've seen comments on my YouTube stuff that says stuff. All right. Well, in any case, let's get going. Okay. Well, I don't want to begin this just yet. Let's first take a look at the... We'll probably want to do it first, because the follow-up, all the contracts in here should be really low difficulty. I will do them for money's sake. Oh, they're all for the Capellans. That's actually nice, because we need to improve our relationship with them. So the worst one is a 2 skull. Even if we were... Oh, wait, that's a travel contract. There's only one contract here? And that's lame. Yeah, that's a bummer. Maybe I do this contract just to warm up, because I feel like be nice to just get into the swing of things. So let's take a look at what we can do here. I'll probably use my B team as well. There's a likelihood I take damage, so maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, we'll save it for later. Alright, well, we'll go in with our A team if we're going to be going into the flashpoint, so let's make sure they're all ready.
Yes, Commander.
Legend can level up piloting, and she kind of does need it.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Brunswick? Alright. Okay. So, Brunswick Legend, Leo, and my own character are as leveled up as they can be. Let's go ahead and go here. Flashpoint. 2 Hunchbacks, 1 Stalker, 1 Jagermech. Okay. Here we go. Steel Beast. I can't remember if I've done this contract before or not. It sounds familiar, so I'm going to say yes, I have. Commander, I'm pleased to see that you've accepted my request. The matter that I have for you is one of personal nature. My nephew, Arjun, has been murdered, killed in the cockpit by a grandstanding fool in front of a cheering audience. I want his head, and I want you to deliver it to me. I'm sorry for your loss, Graf Stieglitz Bradford, and I think I can speak for everyone on the team when I say that we'd be honored to help. Who exactly are we going to be dealing with? A Solaris 7 gladiator. He's a mountain of a man, a sadist who revels in misery and thrives on the jeers of the crowd. His name is Bogdan Tubbs. Yeah, I remember this one. But he calls himself a Steel Beast. I don't remember how the missions go, but I definitely remember this one. Under the guise of friendship, Tubbs challenged my nephew to a harmless exhibition match. But when Arjun stepped into the arena, and the gladiator turned what should have been a friendly duel into a bloody execution. In the end, he crushed Arjun's cockpit with his battle mech's armored claw. Somebody pay him to do it? What was his motivation? Oh, actually, no, I'm starting to remember this one more and more. Fame, the roar of the crowd, who can guess? In truth, Miss Murad, I don't care less what drove the gladiator to kill dear Arjun. I care only that the justice of House Stieglitz Bradford and House Steiner is visited upon the Steel Beast, and that Bogdan Tubbs pays for Arjun's death with his own life. If you can lure this gladiator out to the Rimwood periphery, we'll take care of him for you. Alas, I cannot, but you can. One of the Steel Beast's biggest sponsors, Ironwood Productions, has a holovid distribution facility right here on Herodotus. It just so happens that Ironwood Productions is hosting a major fan event for Tubbs' most ardent supporters. I want you to make a mockery of the Steel Beast retinue, smash them to pieces, stomp them flat, send them running back to whatever caves they crawled out of. And I want you to record yourselves doing it. Okay, I'm with you so far. Keep going. After you've destroyed the Steel Beast supporters, I want you to proceed to Ironwood Productions' hollow recording facility and capture it. You will then use the equipment inside to broadcast a challenge to Solaris 7 and beyond. The Steel Beast will be powerless to resist such a challenge. He'll come to you, and you will kill him for what he did to my nephew. Now, if I remember correctly, so you lure him here, and then he challenges you to a match one-on-one, but then he cheats and brings, like, I don't know, a lance or two of crap. And if I remember correctly, the first time I did this, I went with the just one mech, and I still won. And I bet you I could do it again. So I'm not really too worried about it. You really think this idiot will be that easy to ambush? I mean, it'll be a pretty obvious trap. If you call him out loudly enough, he won't have a choice. Solaris gladiators live and die by their reputations. If the Steel Beast ignores your challenge or refuses to fight you, his popularity in the arena will suffer for it. In that case, we're on it. You have my thanks. Return to me when your challenge has been recorded, and we'll lure Arjun's killer to us. Now, I believe there's the choice in this particular mission is, do you go with the challenge as is, or do you cheat? He's going to cheat, so you could fight fire with fire, or you could go the honorable route and kick his ass. No, I know I could kick his ass even with the honorable route, so I wouldn't mind either way. But in any case, let's just go ahead and negotiate the contract. I'm not sure we're going to get a lot of salvage here, but I'll just go ahead. We'll go with this as is, even though we kind of need the money. If there's ever an opportunity, though, to get a heavy mech, I really do need to try for it, so I don't want to go too far down on salvage, because right now, that's more important to me than the money. I mean, obviously, I don't want to go bankrupt, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to keep ourselves afloat. All right, let's go ahead and accept the contract. All right, so we get our full lance. We definitely need to change what pilots we're using, but the mechs are correct. So Brunswick needs to go there. Legend needs to go there. And then finally we have, who am I forgetting? Oh yeah, Leo. Okay, we're all good to go. At least I hope so. Firestarter, yeah. Shadowhawk, yeah. Fire Dragon, yeah. Trebuchet. Okay, good. Deploy. Yeah, we only have the one heavy mech. We need to improve that for sure. I don't think this particular flashpoint gives us much opportunity for that kind of stuff, but we'll give it a shot. I don't remember what the retinue consists of. I know that his mech is a crap. I mean, they give you a hint at that where he used his claw to kill that guy's nephew. So I think it's safe to say he has a crab. Now, he could have a king crab, but let's just, you know, it's a 3-skull mission. He doesn't have a king crab. But in any case, if we were to draw the Steel Beast into a fight, we must first provoke him. The wholesale slaughter of his revolting followers seems like a reasonable first step. I'll point you in the right direction. You will bring the firepower and we'll scour this world of Bogdan Tubbs fan club. Then we'll move on to a more high-profile target. All right.
Command interface initiated.
So don't really have an advantage or disadvantage with the terrain here as far as cooling goes. Our surveillance drones have spotted a group of the Steel Beast friends and followers near this location. Understand that these people aren't trained mercenaries. They're a motley crew of Solaris gladiators, pirates, and highwaymen. Well, wouldn't Solaris gladiators know what to do with a mech? Be able to fight? But, alright. Most don't belong on the battlefield at all, let alone in a battle mech's cockpit. I mean, I guess they don't know how to do stuff on a battlefield, but they know how to fight. It should be a trivial matter for you to smash them flat. Sounds like a plan, Graf Stieglitz Bradford. Mouse, I'll be recording this fight for broadcast, so try to put on a good show. Give them the business. Olivia are out. We might have to do a death from above if that's the case. So our goal as far as that goes is we need to knock somebody down. We're not that far away from them. So I'm just going to walk to here.
I copy.
So yeah, our goal is to knock somebody down.
What is this on my sensors?
And maybe smash them with a death from above attack. Oh, so that vehicle is pretty close. It's 60 tons. Well, it's not a demolisher then in that case. Demolishers are... Oh, that better not be an SRM or LRM carrier. If that's the case, we need to get up in its face immediately. So I'm going to put the dragon here. This isn't necessarily a very covered position, but yeah, we need to get to whatever that is quickly. So I'm going to put both the Shadowhawk and the Firestarter on the case. Goal is just get as close as I can so that I can possibly kill it next turn. If I could melee it, that'd be great. I wouldn't do a death from above, not unless I absolutely had to. Normally I would have spread my forces out a little bit, but okay, we have another vehicle over here. It's 80 tons. Now that could be a demolisher, so we probably want to stay away from it. It could be other things, like I think a Manicore is about 80 tons, and what's the other one? A Shrek PPC carrier is potentially 80 tons. But if it's a demolisher, it wouldn't probably be able to attack me if you come over here. If it is a Manicore or a Shrek PPC carrier, then as long as it has a direct line of sight, it can attack. So we're definitely going to probably just reserve down to 2 initiative, and then we'll kill these vehicles. We don't want to allow this guy to go, though. If it's an SRM carrier or an LRM carrier, that'd be problems for us. Alright. Well, presumably we've gotten rid of the lighter mechs. Alright. I'm going to jump over here. I want to have a decent amount of distance in case that is a demolisher. I don't think it'd be able to get in and get vision on me, but you never really know.
Engaging jump jets.
Alright. What do we else we got? Ah, crap. Alright, so that was an SRM carrier. I can probably take out this if it's another SRM carrier, and that, again, that's a high priority, so probably jump over with the Firestarter, kind of putting myself out in the open, but I feel like we don't really have much other choice. Now, we do have another contact somewhere. Just want to try and figure out where it is. Hopefully that's not moving on too. It shouldn't. But if it is, we have to at least strip out its vision. Yeah, I think that's it. That's going to be the one that moves on too. So it's potentially going to come get me. I think I have to use Vigilance here because I might soak a lot of damage here. I prefer not to, but I don't think I have much choice. Alright, let's kill this bastard before he gets a chance to kill me.
Engaging target.
That should definitely be a kill. We just dumped a bunch of damage at him, but make sure.
Enemy unit destroyed.
So this guy will probably move. Okay, it didn't move yet. The unfortunate thing, it's going to take me multiple goes to be able to attack this guy, because I'm going to have to sensor lock him with a fire starter and then hit him with LRMs or something long range. I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to pull that off. So as a result, I think I have no choice but to wait for him. Now, there is a potential that there's many heavy targets here. We just have to cross our fingers and hope the guy isn't able to get line of sight. Oh, no. That's a bulldog, so that's not as bad as it could be. We are taking reduced damage. I think the large laser hit me.
Damage minimal.
Which doesn't it figure the thing that does the most damage always lands? Okay, now we have vision, so it doesn't really matter. But we have to strip that vision as quickly as we possibly can. Now, bulldogs kind of have an alright amount of armor, but it's only half armor here.
Waiting for orders.
So I think we move up with the trebuchet and we just smack this guy with our LRMs, trying to knock him out. If we get him out, then whatever this is won't get an opportunity to attack me. At least that's the hope. Alright, here we go. I think we're hitting the side, but I didn't look at the arc before I fired.
I copy.
Got him. Alright, so they no longer have vision, so I don't think that, whatever that is, whether it be a Demolisher or a Manticore or whatever, it doesn't have vision of me, so... Okay. I think it has gone. So it would be okay then to advance on it. Hey there. Okay, I can't get in to see it directly. Well, I can, but not really much of a point to do so. So I'm just going to jump in behind the rock.
Confirm.
Puts me in a nice defensible position. And then we'll sensor lock the bastard. See what it is.
Sensors locked on.
I'm a decent length. I don't know how many days I am into this career mode, but it's a Shrek PPC carrier, so yeah. All right. But I only have like one heavy mech to give you an idea of where we're at right now. I did put my career on needing more salvage to get things, though, so that's kind of what's been holding us back to a certain extent.
Commander.
At this range, I'm probably only going to be able to hit with one of my weapons. I hesitate to move too far forward, though. Especially if I give him vision. We have no idea where the rest of the enemies are. In theory, there's only one more enemy. We just don't know where it is. Because eliminate the beast retinue. That's 50%, and we've killed two things, right? So there should only be one more target. So I think if we move just enough so he can't see me, but I can attack him, that's probably an okay move for this turn.
Copy that.
It might go wrong, but
Picking up a new sensor trace.
okay. Well, we
Looks like
expected
enemy
this.
reinforcements.
Not really a whole lot I can do about that. So the fire dragon will probably take some shots here.
Copy that.
Missing with the
It's
autocannon.
go time.
I don't know if we would have killed it, but yeah, we're somewhat in a vulnerable position here. But I think we're okay. I think the Firestarter should be able to jump in and maybe kill the Shrek PPC carrier. At least give it an attempt at it. They can't see me right now. Oh, that's assuredly a cicada. Oh, no, wait, that's not true. There's more 40-ton mechs now, isn't there? Could be a Vulcan. But it's definitely going to get line of sight of me. But we might as well just wait for it to do so, because we don't know. There might be something else that goes before it, which would make it, you know, be okay, I guess. Let's just go ahead and reserve down to 2. We wouldn't want to reserve further because we don't want this guy to be able to go. So we can definitely kill it. And it didn't even move forward, so that puts us in a really good position. We don't know if there's any enemy over here, but I suspect no. If I jump in and I kill the Shrek PPC carrier, I won't be able to sensor lock anything. So there is a downside to what I'm doing here, but I think it'll be alright. I have faith that we'll get a kill here, as we've already roughed this guy up a little bit. But if not, we can follow it up. That was a lot of internal structure hits. Yeah, there we go.
Move her down.
Okay. We're doing all right. There's just one more target, which I'm assuming is this guy here, which is another 60-tonner. That could be real bad for us, as that could potentially be a LRM carrier, or it could be an SRM carrier. Comes up on top of the hill here and just slams into my fire starter. Yeah, I just put a bunch of small lasers in it. It's been very effective. As a matter of fact, it's oftentimes one of my top killers. Well, we're just going to have to wait for it and see what happens. But there is a potential it comes up on this hill and gets vision of me. No, it's gone around. We're fine. That's just something I'm going to have to be mindful of. If it's an LRM carrier, which I have a feeling it might be. Alright, let's go get some line of sight here. Ugh, icky. Well, I don't really have a good move here for line of sight, but what I am going to do is just jump forward. At least establish a line of sight so my other mechs can do things. It loses its romance. Oh, well, we put flamers in our dragon. We call it the fire dragon, so if that makes you feel better. That's our fun mech. Okay, let's go ahead and use vigilance here, because I want to be able to beat the cicada. It is a cicada. 2 initiatives. We got a 2 65-ton mechs. So there are some heavy mechs here. That's good. Maybe some good salvage out of that. I want to beat the cicada to initiative. Unfortunately, the cicada is not going to take a lot of damage here, as it has a lot of damage reduction. As a result, I'm not going to burn through too much of my heat. I'm just going to fire my missile systems at it. They don't have a high chance of hitting anyway. And I'm not going to use precision strike here, because it doesn't, to me, make a whole lot of sense right now. But okay.
Commander.
The trebuchet is just going to move up very slightly. I could move it over here. I mean, it isn't a fairly safe spot, and I would eventually want it to get into the woods over here. So this isn't necessarily a bad move. But if the cicada moves forward really aggressively, we might be in trouble. But I think we're going to use that precision strike now. Probably not a strong call for it. But this is a 3C variant. We might be able to chop that leg off, or where the PPC is, take that out, as he has very little armor there. That's probably a good call. I am only going to fire 1 LRM-15 though, so that I do full damage, because of how much damage reduction this guy has. Probably would be a good idea. So we're just going to go after the right torso, because that would take care of 2 of his 3 weapons, and the only one left would be a machine gun. So I think that's a pretty good call. And it'll drop him down in initiative, which will allow me to get into cover. Okay, we took out the arm instead of the torso section, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yes, Commander.
Now, I'd like to get into a position to fire. I just have to be mindful that initiative-wise, I will be kind of in a spot. But, you know what? Let's just move forward, and we'll do what we can.
Affirmative.
These guys won't go until initiative 2. At least, I think they won't. You know what? One of them will go in initiative 3. So, depending on whether or not the cicada can see me, that might be a problem. But let's just go ahead and hit this guy again. So, both torso sections are looking kind of rough here. This is going to be strong firepower, but hey, it might do something.
Hell yes.
We got a couple opportunities to try and hurt the cicada. Now, if this is an LRM carrier, this is kind of a dicey situation. But I don't know if there's anything we can do to get at it right now. So I'm just going to go ahead. We still have a strong amount of damage reduction here, but we have hurt this guy to the point where we might be able to chop something out from under him. Might even be a good call for a precision strike if we can get rid of his leg or something. Knock him down, put him even further into the initiative scale, taking away any potential for vision. I kind of like that move. Let's try and take his leg out. I will turn all my weapons on. Try and chop his leg out. 3 hit. That's a lot of damage on that leg. Good, got him. Okay, that puts us in a pretty good position. I'm now going to jump away. Fortunately, it's going to be tough for me to jump in a way that I really get clear. So I'll just put myself into a fairly defensible position.
Engaging jump jets.
Pulling legs from an insect is a sign of a psychopath. Alright, well, let's just reserve. I don't know if this guy, one of these guys, will be able to... Yeah, he's not going to be able to establish vision. What do we think a 65-ton man... Oh, hello.
Warning. Enemy sensor
Well,
lock
this is where we're
detected.
really hoping this is not an LRM carrier, because otherwise my Shadowhawk is going to eat some damage here.
Orders?
Well, again, we're kind of in a position where I can't really do anything unless I reserve.
Yes, Commander.
Firestarter's too far away to do much. We could try and distract them. Yeah, I can't get close enough to get this guy. I really want to know what this thing is, because I may be able to take it out with my LRMs. If it is what I think it is. We could probably do with a little bit of cooling off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk to here. It might leave me vulnerable. But I need to sensor lock that vehicle and find out what it is. If it's an SRM carrier, that's still good knowledge to have. The Bulldog. Alright, so that's a little less threatening. But at least it gives us an idea of what we want to do.
Good to go.
Because a Bulldog only has a large laser and two... I want to say two... SRM4s, I think? I might do a split shot here. Because I'm going to do full damage against that cicada. So, multi-target. You're going to be A. You're going to be B. We'll fire this at B. There we go.
I copy.
I'm not sure if that was the right call or not, but... The cicada's not going to be able to take a lot of damage. Anyway, not too much more. That was actually really close to killing him. I think if I had switched that around, we might have gotten the kill. Yeah, well, we know whatever that is can see me. That is a lot of missiles, so I think I already have discovered what that is. That's a catapult.
Damage minimal.
Puts it pretty high on the priority list of something to kill. I think I'm going to let this guy go, because he might swing around where I can see him. Probably not. To be totally honest with you, it's probably not better to have done what I did there. I was kind of hoping we'd get lucky and kill him, because, I mean, he really is not far from dying. I kind of don't want this guy to get up and be able to kill me, though, so... I mean, not that he probably will, but... Let's just finish him off now. It's kind of wasted damage here, but...
Moving out.
I was kind of hoping I could kill the Bulldog, too, and we were really close to doing so. I think if I had switched and done the one with higher damage, we would have gotten him. Maybe. Alright, let's just go center torso, not mess around.
Roger that.
Alright. I want to take care of that PPC.
Enemy down.
I was also hoping I'd get lucky and take out that right torso, which would have gotten rid of the PPC. Now, if we're lucky... Okay, unfortunately. Yeah, but we got good damage reduction here.
Let's go.
Fortunately, which side did we hit? Left. Yeah, so that's going to be over here. That's going to be tough to really get at. Maybe the Firestar can jump in. We don't really have a move right now, so just reserve.
Waiting for the shot.
I don't know what this is yet. Whatever it is, it didn't do anything. What would be 65 tons that couldn't have attacked me? Because we know this thing has vision. I'm fairly certain it has vision of the Fire Dragon, because otherwise it wouldn't have been able to attack. So it definitely doesn't have LRM, so that throws a Thunderbolt out. Thunderbolt, it could not be a Thunderbolt.
Receiving you.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get in. Okay. Well, doesn't look like we have many choices here. is kind of a ballsy move, but I want to kill the bulldog, and then we'll focus our attention on the catapult with the rest of our mechs.
Engaging jump
We will have
jet.
initiative advantage next turn to get out of this situation. Okay, it's a Yager mech. Guess I didn't think about that, but that is 65 tons. Oh, he's got bulwark. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit tougher to dislodge than I had hoped. This should give us the kill, though. Be very surprised if we didn't get it. I could precision strike to make sure it goes down. I see no reason why not to. That's super overkill too.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
All right, well that's our primary objective taken care
That
of.
one's gone.
All right.
Receiving you.
This is probably a case where split shotting makes sense because the catapult has such good reduction there. I do want to move up though because we would need to get them within sensor range to get better accuracy.
Location confirmed.
We'll get in behind this rock. Hopefully that will stop them from getting view of me. Although catapult could creep around here. It'd probably take it a little bit of while to get there though. All right, so you are going to be A. You are going to be B, and we're going to go with the highest damage output against the catapult and an attempt to try and hit it down. Maybe there would have been a good call to strike its evasion down with the Shadowhawk first, but it's a little late for that now.
Got it.
Okay, we're already getting into that structure. We want to hit it from the same side with the Shadowhawk. I just don't know how hot the Shadowhawk is right now. Both these mechs don't have a lot of armor, so we might be able to hurt them pretty good. All right, Shadowhawk. So my goal here with the Shadowhawk is to not really give the catapult much ability to attack me. So I'm going to move forward with the Shadowhawk, give it hit it with a precision strike, and then we'll move forward with the Fire Dragon and hit it again. And we'll just keep hitting it on the same side, hopefully taking out some of its weapon systems. It does leave me somewhat vulnerable, but I think it's a good call. So in theory, that is in the arm. I would like to take out the torso section if I can, so I'm going to aim for that.
Engaging target. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Yeah. So there we go. We got a good chunk of that firepower reduced. Now let's just try and finish it off because we can focus that damage in on that same side. So Legend's just going to step up here. If I could get those flamers in, I would, but unfortunately we can't. Let's just make sure we keep hitting that same side.
On the move.
The catapult may not go down, but we can at least give it a good try.
Firing on target.
Yeah, alright.
Reporting
And we are
critical
kind of close, so it's not going to have necessarily the greatest accuracy with that LRM. Yeah, it didn't hit with much of that, so that was not a bad call. Oh, you got ace pilot. Well, that wasn't necessarily the best move for you because you had damage reduction there. All right, so Brunswick, we're going to go ahead and move in and rear strike the Yager mech. Matter of fact, let's just go in, do a melee too, because I think we can melee the rear if we go here, right? So yeah, let's do a melee. That would do full damage. We could have precision struck him though and probably tried to kill him, but
Move into
I think
position.
this is a pretty good call as we do a little bit more damage this way. Okay, 45 plus the 120. Okay, took out one torso section. Shadowhawk might be in a position to hit that rear again as well, although it's going to get a chance to go here. The Fire Dragon's going to take a little bit more damage. That is what it is. Not a whole lot I can do about that.
Took a hard hit there.
Okay. Move the Trebuchet
What's
up.
up, boss?
I'm going to use a multi-target here.
On my way.
So, you are going to be A. Wait. Thought I hit multi-target. You're going to be A. You're going to be B. And B is just going to be that. So, a good amount of damage against this catapult, which is already probably hurting.
Roger
As well
that.
against the We have a good chance that these guys will go down this turn. Now, the Yager mech is already gone, so it's not really the higher priority right now. Alright, hold on. Let me see how we're doing here. We got 45 hit points left, huh? Do we go with the melee and just try and finish this guy? I think we go melee. First, I'm going to give myself vigilance in case the Yager mech doesn't go down. There's a method to my madness with this one. Because I'm going to try and melee the same side we've already done a lot of damage on, which is this side. And this gives me a good opportunity to cool off too. And with 45 damage, I mean, it can only either hit the leg or the center torso. This guy's going down.
Engaging physical attack.
There we go. And then just a little bit of icing on top with the small lasers. Alright. Catapult down.
Enemy mech destroyed.
And because the vigilance allows it, so if the Yager mech does not go down to the fire dragon, then we will have 2 mechs here and here able to attack. And honestly, that's probably more than enough because the fire star's going to get another rear attack here. But the fire dragon is going to at least use its namesake and use its flamers. Yeah, I technically would want the catapult more. Fortunately, we got a center torso kill on it, so we only get 1 part. I find it very unlikely that this guy lives, but hey, we'll hit him with a precision strike. Why not? I'm not sure there's really a reason to draw this out. Let's just kill it.
All weapons, go. Mech destroyed.
Alright. Easy enough. That was glorious, Commander Gunner. You beat them bloody without a shred of hesitation or remorse. And I captured the entire show on holovid. Nice crisp footage, ready for air. We got a couple melee attacks in there too to make the footage a little bit more exciting. And by all means, we should broadcast it. We move on Ironwood Productions and their holo distribution facility. And we do it now. What about refits and repairs? Our land just took fire down there. Oh no. I'm paying you to deliver swift justice for Arjun's murder, Mr. Vertanen. Anything short of that is unacceptable. You will move on Ironwood's holo distribution facility, and you will do it without delay. You're the boss, Graf Stieglitz Bradford. If you say we push forward, then we push forward.
Mission successful.
Yeah, I always like to read out loud. I personally, I'm a slow reader. I'm kind of dyslexic, so sometimes I will even misread things, and I do apologize when I do that. But when I watch other people play through, oftentimes if they don't read it out loud, they're going to read faster than me, and they're gonna click through stuff. So I just like to read things out because I think it makes it. I like it personally, but it's, you know, I have my own reasons for doing it as well. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any parts for a catapult or a Yager mech, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But if I were to pick one of these two, definitely the catapult. I'll think about this, but let's see if we have any cool systems. We do have a plus 10 damage large laser. Now, I'm not using a lot of large lasers right now, but it could be a good thing for the future. Anything else jumping out? Plus 10 damage PPC. I'm probably less inclined to do that because I have those snub-nose PPCs, which I'd be a little bit more ready to use. But let's just keep going through, see if we have any other cool systems here. We got a comm system. All right. There's some things I definitely want here. I'm leaning towards large laser because I'm pretty sure we already have one, and there's a good likelihood sometime in the future we'd have like a dual large laser setup, and having another plus 10 damage, I mean, this essentially makes it as good as a PPC at 50 damage. It's not going to have the range, but otherwise pretty darn good. So I think we'd go ahead and take that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind the PPC with extra damage as well. Fingers crossed we get it. No, we got a normal PPC. And we didn't get any mech parts either. That's unfortunate, but catapult I think is well worth it. It's one of my favorite mechs, and we do need a upgrade to the trebuchet in my opinion. They're very similar mechs. Just the catapult is better. I also think the catapult's one of the cooler looking mechs. I mean, The Mad Cat is one of the iconic mechs in the Battletech universe, and it's essentially a catapult with arms.